was the hops?
No.
That's what I say.
I was a way back up in the Ivy League, so I have no hops.
Great.
Afternoon.
What's jumped out on Chicago's offense so far, and how Caleb Williams kind of progressed here as he's gone through the NFL?
First thing that jumped out was the physicality with the offensive line. They got a lot of good big players up there, good size, that play pretty physical. And the second thing that would jump out just in general about the offense is the team speed. You know, the skill players along with the quarterback, there's a enormous amount of speed out there on the field. So just being ready to capture that. I thought Minnesota did a good job of it. I thought they did a good job. I think Chicago was familiar with it. Might have caught Dallas a little bit off guard, but the speed of their team is legitimate. And then in terms of Caleb, you're seeing the maturity of a second-year player at the quarterback position, and being decisive, having his confidence grow. I think Ben does a good job of helping aid that. I mean, he has a proven track record of installing the offense, implementing good schemes. He's a great challenge in terms of just to prepare for it. He's really smart. That's been documented, but I just think the way he adjusts within the game and how he gets a feel for the flow, it's almost like you're going against a defensive play caller. That's how it feels going against Ben. So it's going to be interesting.
I know you like to go back and watch everything. How similar is it to what Ben was doing in Detroit, and how much does he maybe cater to what Caleb could bring to the offense?
I think, but when you're watching Detroit, that's years of their installation. Volume probably a lot more, but you can see it's building from week to week. So he has a good system and he knows what he's doing, and that's been proven. So I'm sure he's going to add on a little bit more each week. So you see layers of it getting added on as you go.
How do you clean up the missed tackles or maybe missed assignments from last week and get back to what you guys were doing the first 2 weeks?
The missed tackles, we can clean it up by practicing. I mean, that's the thing we got to do just in terms of going back to fundamentals in terms of tackling. We had some issues early in training camp with it. The guys attacked it, worked it, the coaches attacked it. So once we had some issues last week, we came back and we said we got to work on this and just got back to fundamentals. That's one of the best parts about being part of this program with Pete. It's always about consistently returning back to our fundamentals and making sure that we're nailing that stuff down.
You saw Darren Porter get his first snaps on defense last week. How did you think he did, and did he earn more going forward?
I was glad when he got tackled. That was very encouraging. Any rookie corner, their first time getting a tackle on that crack replace, I'm always proud of that. I'm like, hey, because you try to warn them during training camp and OTAs, like it's a little different, man. This guy's going to roll off at 45 and he's going to be a big boy. So I was happy he got that tackle, so I was pleased with that.
We talked about just Ben Johnson's offense as a whole. They run a lot of 12 personnel. What stands out to you about the guys they have in that 12 personnel and the challenges it presents?
Just how they use them. The first thing that stands out is their willingness to block. You could argue that those tight ends would be considered U tight ends or move tight ends, but you can't tell when you're watching the run game in terms of their willingness to block and get in there, cut off defensive ends, block front side versus outside linebackers. That stands out. Then in terms of the passing game, what they're asking them to do with protection, with the chips, sometimes getting singled with the defensive end and working their asses off to get that done. And then once you get into the passing, and they all have a little bit different flavor to them, but they're going to threaten you vertically. They could threaten you vertically, straight down the seam. They could threaten you vertically by running across the field. So there's a lot of challenges. They have a good setup in terms of team speed and skill players, in my opinion.
We've seen Tyree's snap count go up and down. Is it just trying to find a great fit for him, or?
In terms of the snap count for each game is what we think is best within the game. We go into it with a game plan, and then we have to adjust. So sometimes, when you get down or what have you, it became a more of a base game. It just switched a little bit. So got a little bit out of our hands. We had to, shore up the run in the second half. So, it's just based on the game plan.
All good, guys?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.